Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ray. Welcome to this new video. I know it's been a while since I made a new video, but this is what I've been busy with. This new Fight Kiln guide. I'm gonna do this guide without any neck sets, without yaks, or without Storm of Armadyl. I know these things are quite hard to get, or quite expensive, so I decided not to use them in this guide. First of all, I don't have them myself. Well, I can actually get the Storm of Armadyl if I want to, but I don't have them myself, and I can still easily do the Fight Kiln with plenty of brews left. So I decided to share my knowledge and make sure you can get this one as well. For the Fight Kiln, you'll need to have done the Elder Kiln quest. It's quite easy quest. You also get an immense experience reward, so yeah, you shouldn't have too much trouble doing this. It doesn't have many high requirements, so it shouldn't be too hard doing this. You need to have offered one fire cape to permanently unlock the Fight Kiln, so you only need one. Before day of release there was a misconception that you needed more than one, but you only need one to completely yeah, make sure you have this one unlocked. You can get one fire cape by completing the fight caves. It shouldn't be too hard to beat Jad. In the Fight Kiln you need to do it several times, so I guess this is some sort of practice before the Fight Kiln. Now as for stats, I've thrown in some stats. I don't even have them all myself. I mean, I don't have 90 magic, but this is just a guideline. 85 attack, 85 strength, 85 defense, 95 range, 90 magic, 88 summoning, 96 herb lore, and 92 to 95 prayer. The 92 to 95 prayer is kind of a must. Without soul split it's going to be quite hard, and that's actually one of the reasons you don't use as many brews as you usually would. Also 96 summoning is kind of a must, since without overload you're really not going to make it. In the Fight Kiln you'll be using all 3 combat styles, so an overload boosts them all up, so it is extremely useful. 88 summoning for a unicorn, 68 is also fine. I never come around to using my unicorn since I don't use as many brews, so it's really not necessary. 68 is fine as well. 90 magic, when I completed the Fight Kiln for the very first time I had 83 magic, so it's really not necessary as long as you can wear a polypore staff, because that's what we'll be using, not a Storm of Armadyl, just a polypore. 95 ranged, I of course have 99 range, but 95 is fine as well. Make sure you have either a chaotic crossbow or a chaotic rapier. One of the chaotic should be enough, but hopefully you have a chaotic rapier, since that one will be really useful, but you can also just use a whip. 85 defense, 85 strength, and 85 attack. I have them all a little bit higher, but this should be fine. You will not be using melee that much in the kiln. Magic will be used mainly. Now how to get there is quite simple. If you've done the quest, you know where the Fight Kiln is, because you need to enter it once for the quest itself. You can either get there by the Tokhaar-jad, which is a reward from the Elder Kiln quest. There are plenty of charges there, so you can just teleport to the Fight Kiln right there. There's a bank also, so you can gear before you go. Now if you don't have this thing, or you don't have it charged, you can also get there by a glory. You can just teleport to Tokhaar-jad and walk up the volcano to the Tsar City. Or you can have a Brimhaven teleport tab, or just have your house in Brimhaven and walk from there. Now for the monsters encountered in the Fight Kiln, you'll have a list of 10 monsters right here. First we have the Tokhaar-jad, or I hope I pronounce it right. Sorry, these names are quite weird, so I'm sorry if I mispronounce some of them. It is level 100 and attacks with melee. It's pretty much the simplest monster in the kiln, and you should attack this one with magic. The Tokhaar-kal, level 200, attacks with range. You should attack this one with melee. The Tokhaar-may, level 160, it attacks with magic, and you should attack this one with range. The Tokhaar-jad, level 400, attacks with magic, and you should attack this one with range. The Tokhaar-kal, level 140, attacks with range, and you should attack this one with melee. The Tokhaar-jad, level 160, attacks with melee, and you should attack this one with either ranged or magic. The Tokhaar-kal, level 120, attacks with melee and has a special attack where it stomps its feet on the ground and make you hit a 400. Wave 28 has 6 of those dills in here, which is a pretty dangerous wave, and I'll be talking about that, how to dodge them all. You should attack this one with melee. Of course first the pickaxe to take his armor down, and then finish it off with a polypore staff. The Tokhaar-may, hope I pronounced that right, level 160, attacks with melee, and you should attack this one with either range or magic. The Tokhaar-jad, now don't confuse this one with the Tokhaar-jad, because that's a level 702. This is the level 780, attacks with melee, range and magic. Now these jads are quite similar to the ones you see in the fight caves, but these one have way higher defenses and don't spawn the healers, so in some sort they are quite easy because they don't spawn the healers. But on the other hand, you have to pay attention for longer times, since it will take a little bit longer to kill it. Still, I recommend either using ranged or magic. I know melee is quite effective, but if you're not that good at Jad, such as me, make sure you just use range and magic. If you're good at the prayer switching, you should be fine. Now at the last one is har'akken, which is level 800. And actually har'akken, the head itself, doesn't attack in any sort of way, but at the edges of the playing field it will spawn tentacles, which will either attack with magic or ranged, and each tentacle will either attack with range or magic, not both. But I'll talk about that later on. Now you just know what monsters you will encounter in the Fight Kiln. Now after you've completed the Fight Kiln, you'll be given a choice of 2 rewards, namely the Tokhaar-kal, which RuneShark swiftly named the Rhino Cape, for everyone who knows what it is, or an uncut onyx. The uncut onyx nowadays sells for about 7 mil each, probably a little bit more, but just to be safe I said 7 mil, don't want to disappoint people, and of course the prices may change in the future, so don't expect it to be 7 mil every time. The uncut onyx can be made into a fury, an onyx ring, or some other diverse items, but the onyx ring and the fury are the most common ones. And they are used quite frequently, so you don't have to worry about sticking up with it or like can't get rid of it. You can simply make it into a fury yourself and you have a free fury. The Tokhaar-kal is basically the best cape in the game next to the completionist cape, but the completionist cape, of course, you have completed the game. And the Tokhaar-kal is also a requirement for the completionist cape, so it will also make sense that the completionist cape is actually better than the Tokhaar-kal. It has basically double the stats of the fire cape, not all of them, but most of them. So it is definitely worth getting over a fire cape. Now in the Fight Kiln itself there are also some useful tools you can help that will help you kill the final boss or help you with some waves, which are the invulnerability crystal, the restoration crystal, the constitution crystal, the magic crystal, the range crystal and the strength crystal. Now the ranged and strength crystal aren't really that useful, so I don't really recommend picking those up. But the invulnerability, restoration, constitution and magic are really useful. The magic crystal will boost your magic for about 30%, and especially on the boss, which is extremely weak to magic, it is extremely useful. The constitution crystal will give your constitution a huge boost, so your life points will be far above maximum, making Bruce and unicorns heal way more. Restoration crystal will immediately get your life point and prayer back up to maximum, and the vulnerability crystal, as it says in the name, will make you invulnerable for about 15 to 20 seconds. Now, as you can see on the picture, save as many as you can for the boss, since the boss isn't really that hard, but you can get comboed quite easily. So yeah, make sure you have most of them still at the boss. Now once you're there, you of course got a gear. First of all, we have the Helm of Night-is-Not. Now many people are asking if this helm is better or the full Slayer helmet, and I've checked it myself, and it is actually better to go for the Helm of Night-is-Not. The Avis accumulator for picking up your bolts. If you have a fire cape still left over, use it. Or if you already have a Tokhaar-kal, which is the reward, yeah, also use it. But we just go for now that you don't have any of those, just use the accumulator. A fury, if you don't have a fury, go for a glory. After this kiln, if you can do it multiple times, you can get the uncut onyx and make a fury yourself. Pro tip bolts, don't even bother yourself getting diamond bolts. They're really not that much better, and these do your part. A chaotic rapier, if you don't have a chaotic rapier, but I really strongly suggest you get one. Take a whip. Yeah, it's really not that amazing, but I guess if you don't have a rapier, you'll have to. Derricks or Thorax, if you don't have bandos, go for this. Of course bandos is better, but it's really not necessary. I've done all my kills without bandos. A DFS, if you don't have a DFS, take a Blessed Spirit Shield. And of course, if you have a Divine or Ally, definitely take that, but I guess that's kind of overpowered and we really want to make this guide for a lower level player such as me. Bearer's Gloves, don't take Swift Gloves or Goliath Gloves or Spellcaster Gloves. Those are only focused on one combat style, well most of it is focused on one combat style, and Bearer's Gloves is nice for every combat style. Dragon Boots, yeah, if you have like Glaven Boots or Steadfast Boots, go for it, but I guess Banner's Boots, I'm sorry, Dragon Boots is kinda midway. And of course the Toggle Zo, which I showed earlier in this video, It has a 10% damage increase on any of the Tokhaar monsters or any of the Tsar monsters. So if you have it charged, definitely go for it. If you want to recharge it, you need Tokhaar, 50,000 to be exact, and you can charge it at the guy where you started the quest, the Elder Kiln quest. If you don't have a charged Tokhaar, or Tokhaar rather, go for a Berserker ring or maybe an Enchanted Onyx ring or an Archer's ring, anything like that. It's really not that important. Now for the inventory setup, it might be like overwhelm you right now what I have in my inventory, all of it, but I'm going to explain everything and I hope it makes sense. Now of course we're going to be using all three combat styles. I have actually, what I showed before is what I have wearing, or what I have on me right now. And of course we have a magic switch, which is Ganodermic, the Polypore staff and an arcane stream. All of these should be buyable, and the arcane stream is a dungeoneering reward token, or a dungeoneering reward rather. And if you don't have the arcane stream, it is really useful, but I guess it's not necessary. But especially for the boss, since it's extremely weak to magic, you can use it for that. Now for Armadillo, it is the range switch, so we have full Armadillo, killer crossbow, and this enhanced Excalibur is really useful for after you've done your overload. You can heal up with your enhanced Excalibur. It is a reward from the Seer's Elite Diaries, and again it's not necessary, but it does help a great deal, especially for your first time. You'll need all the healing you can get. A unicorn, as I said, it's not necessary. Again, I don't use it. I still bring it for if I make some mistakes. I don't want to have to do the whole Fight Kiln over again. A pickaxe, you don't need a dragon pickaxe. As I said, the pickaxe is necessary for the dills. You can also use your dreadnought and kill the dills that way, but I still bring a rune pickaxe just to speed your kiln up. Now I have a War to the Summon with my stuff in it. I still have 2 War to the pouches since I'll be recording and have to explain some stuff or like show some things in slow motion, so I don't want to run out of any War tortoises. So I just brought 1 extra, but normally I use 2. So the one I've summoned and 1 extra. But if you go for your first time, definitely make sure you have at least enough, so bring 1 extra. 4 overloads, again, as I said, I normally do it a little bit quicker, but since I'm recording right now and have to show some stuff, I just don't want to run out. Normally I bring 3, but now you bring 4, and I recommend that for you as well. Bring 4 for your first time. And prayer renewals, also really useful. As you can see, I don't have many super restores since we'll not be using prayer that much. We are trying to save our prayers. Normally I only use like 2 or 3 super restore flasks, but I always bring 5 just to be sure, just to be when I have to like brew up a lot and then I have to bring my stats back up, I can just use a super restore without having to worry I'm gonna run out. But for the prayer renewal flask, always make sure you have at least enough for or the same amount as overload, since they have the same timer. They're gonna run out in 5 minutes, so and the rest is just serum and brews. As you can see, I have 60 in my war tortoise and I have 3 in my inventory, which makes up for a total of 19. So I'll be bringing 19. But what I was doing once I go in, I'll be banking 2 of them. Since I'm gonna pick up some crystals which are there, and they're gonna be spawning some really useful crystals in the first couple of waves, which are really gonna be useful for the final boss. And I don't want to have to juggle, which is a nice word I've heard so far. Juggle with brews. I'm gonna give a quick example of juggling with brews. Let's say this is an item I want to pick up, but my inventory is full. I'll just juggle the brews, so dropping this one, picking this one up, and after this, or before this one actually vanishes, I'll just drop one again and pick one up again. So make sure that like this one stays, like it's one more inventory space, let's just say that, but without having it in your inventory, just dropping it on the ground. But I'm gonna just bank 2 and then start with the kiln, and I'll be showing you some really difficult waves or waves you might be having trouble with. So I'll see you in a bit. Now just for a quick note before we enter the kiln, as you can see on screen right now, I've made a nice composition of wave for wave what is gonna come. So if you're ever in trouble in the kiln and you don't know what wave is gonna come, or you don't know what to pray, definitely feel free to get back to this video and just check it out. I've made a really nice composition. I hope it is good for you guys and it's nice organized. But as we're done for that, we're gonna enter the kiln. Wave 1 to 9 shouldn't be too much trouble, so I'm not gonna cover this. If you still want a guide of like all the waves at once, I've recorded them all, so if you want me to upload a video of like me doing the entire kiln, definitely let me know in the comments below. But as for now, we're going straight to wave 10, where is the first Jad and a Ranger, because Jads never come alone in this kiln. So we have the first Ranger and Jad. The the Ranger will spawn southeast and Jad will spawn southwest, and you have to stand in the L-shaped rock in the south. None of them will be able to attack you, and when you're ready you can walk around the L-shaped rock and kill the Ranger. After you've killed the Ranger, you can either soul split or whatever, you can get some HP back. But after you've killed the Ranger, you can kill Jad. Now the attacks of Jads are still the same. Of course, after the update, the attacks changed, but it's still the same as in the Fight Caves, so you shouldn't have too much trouble if you've done that. You can use a Dreadnought if you want to. You don't have to. But as for the attacks itself, when it bows down and then jumps up, and a magic ball will shoot somewhere from his stomach. I don't know what's that going on, but a magic ball will form and shoot at you. That's a magic attack. And the range attack is it stomps on the ground and a big rock will fall from the ceiling on top of your head, and you have to pray range before that happens. So those are the attacks. Keep prayer switching, and I really recommend using magic or range so you don't have to watch out for the melee attacks. I always think that range and magic is the best for Jads, but I'll be talking about that a little bit later. For now is the Dill Wave. The Dill Wave is also a wave that is quite hard. I died there on my first attempt, so if you don't know what to do, it's gonna be overwhelming. Now you have to stand south of the middle rock, so wave 28, south of the middle rock. Then walk a little bit south, so all of them are following you. Then walk east, so around the middle rock, and then north of the rock. I kind of fucked up here because there was a little lag of the recording, so I went a little bit too far. But I still was in melee distance of the 400, so I just finished that one up, and then I had to one by one I had to kill the dills. Now make sure you stay in the safe zone. You can use your pickaxe, hit it once and then run back, and then once the HP bar is gone you can go back there, hit it once and then come back. And after about 3 to 5 hits the armor will break, and after that you can just mage it to death, or like any other combat style really, but magic seems to be the most effective one. And if you're ever in trouble, like if you lag out or something, make sure to stand back in the safe place so you don't get hit as much, because they can hit a couple of 300s straight in a row, so make sure you're safe with that. And then in the last, like, hardest wave, of course wave 35 is quite hard, so if you have any trouble with wave 35, definitely let me know in the comments. I'll make a full out, like, I'll show you all the waves in a video, me doing all the waves. But as for now, wave 36, is it? I'm pretty sure it's wave 36. It's a double Jad. Many people seem this is very difficult or think it's going to be very difficult, but I'm going to show you right now that it is really not that hard. You just stand northeast of the little rock in the middle, and then they are both trapped, and you can just take them on one by one. So if you have any, like, if you're scared of doing this because of the double Jad, really don't, because it's actually easier than wave 34 and 35. So yeah, just make sure you have this just ready, and if you know this, it's gonna be all fine. So now as for the lure spawns of Jad, of course there are gonna be 7 Jads in this kiln. Well, you know the ones of wave 10 and 20 because they are completely the same. Wave 10 is with the Ranger in the southeast, and wave 20 is with a Major in the southeast. So instead of praying range when you come around the rock, you should pray magic and then finish up the Jad just as shown before. And there's another one in wave 30. There is going to be a meleeer spawning northwest, and their Jad is going to be spawning southwest, and I'm pretty sure a meleeer northeast and a meleeer northwest. No, southwest. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting mixed up. I'm always difficult with those northeast, southeast, whatever. Anyway, you should stand where the red dot is. I hope this makes sense. The black line is the middle rock in the center. And wave 30, wave 34, and wave 36, you should all stand there to be safe spotted by all the Jads. Wave 36 was the double Jad, as you can see. You know, that's the safe spot. And wave 35, you should stand where the blue dot is. So I hope this makes sense. I know I've been stuttering quite a bit and rambling quite a bit, but it's always difficult for me to do the northeast and northwest and southeast and southwest. I'm always difficult with that for some reason. It's anyway. I hope you guys understood this. If not, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll make like the full waves. As I said before, I'll do the full waves in the video. Now after you've completed all the waves, make sure you are ready and prepped for the boss. The boss isn't too hard. It's not like a Jad where you have to pray switch or anything like that. The boss is just like, it has a lot of HP. It is extremely weak to magic, so definitely make sure you have your magic armor equipped. And of course, if you did bring a Storm Armor, use it now, or use your Polypore. Now it will spawn tentacles at the sides of the platform. It is quite a small platform right now, so and the head will never spawn in the north. Now the head is actually the one you want to kill. The tentacles is just easy if you want to kill them for taking less damage. That's fine as well. But the head will spawn either south, west, or east, never north. So make sure you stay in the southern area of the platform. If you are wearing your Ganodermic, which I do recommend for magic, make sure to pray range. Now if you're using your Storm of Armadyl spell, or you don't really care about the magic bonus and you want to wear Bandos or Thorax or Derex, whatever you bring as a whatever you did bring as a melee armor, then you should pray magic. So make sure, because all the tentacles, there will be a lot of tentacles using magic, and there will be a lot of tentacles using range. So make sure, if you are praying range, make sure to stay out of the way of the magic tentacles, because they will hit the most. Now if you're praying magic, vice versa, make sure to stay away from the range tentacles. You can use your crystals here. What I do recommend is using your magic crystal if you have them. If the boss fight takes so long that you run out of your magic crystals, use your invulnerability crystals. You won't have to eat at all. And if you are done with that, make sure you use your constitution crystals, because then bruise and uni scrolls will heal more. Now as I said before, normally I don't use my unicorn, but since I was recording I was lagging a bit, made some mistakes, so I did have to bring my unicorn out. But as you probably saw as well, I didn't have to use it. I just felt it was safe to use it. I didn't want to do the entire kiln over again. Now the boss won't actually attack you, so if the boss is spawned, you won't take any extra damage or anything, but the boss can spawn in an area where a lot of tentacles will attack you at the same time, so make sure you stay quite high HP, since it happened to me once. The tentacles can just like drop you down from like 600 HP, so make sure to stay above that. And if you finally got the head down, you'll see some animation of it dying and crumbling to dust or anything, and then you have your option for choosing the Tokhaar-kal or the uncut onyx. Now since I already have 2 capes in the bank and now wanting to make some money out of it, I took the onyx. But make sure, if you've never done this before and you really want the Tokhaar-kal, make sure not to misclick and actually click the Tokhaar-kal. After that you'll be put outside of the kiln, and you can either like show off your cape, or you can sell your onyx or go again or anything like that. Now if you die anywhere in this kiln, your items will be safe, so don't even bother thinking about, oh no, I can only keep 3 items and the rest should be shit, I don't want to lose everything. No, you will be keeping everything in the kiln, so don't worry about that. Now for some tips and tricks. What I do recommend is, as I said before, keeping all your crystals to the end, the boss fight. You don't want to have to run out of brews or anything like that just because you use your crystals on some unnecessary moments, since it's really not that hard to get to the final wave without using too much food. My record is getting to the final boss without using any food, and in the entire kiln using 5 brews, so at the boss 5 brews, but in the entire kiln nothing. That was my record, but as you see in this video, I didn't quite make it. I took 12 brews in the beginning. No, I'm sorry, I took like 16 brews in the beginning, and I ended up with like 4 or 5 left. I can't really remember, so I did use quite a bit, but hey. Anyway, for some other tips, the platform will be getting smaller and smaller, since, well, the storyline is that the lava will rise and the platform will be smaller and smaller, and especially will summon the boss. So some lore spots which kind of used in wave 1 to 10 won't be able to use in wave, let's say, 20 to 30, so keep that in mind. Also some auras which are quite good is the Vampirism aura and the Penance aura or Reverence aura, since the Penance aura will make sure you only have to use like 2 restores in the entire kiln, and the Vampirism aura makes sure you only have to use like 4 or 5. Well, with my record, I used my Vampirism aura, I didn't bring it this time. Maybe that's also the case why it didn't go so well. Yeah, makes you use less brews, so if you have that, definitely use it. There are probably some other auras which I missed, but those are the ones I have, and I use those if I can. So I hope you guys liked this guide. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. If I missed anything, also let me know. I'll edit in an annotation on the screen. I want to give a special thanks to Krulin. He helped me set up the list for monsters for each wave. Of course, I made the thing, the actual background myself, but he helped me with you know, seeing what monsters was in which wave and wrote it down and stuff like that. And yeah, that was pretty much it. If you have any questions, definitely let me know in the comments below. More guides will be up soon. And I'm thinking about creating a second channel, but that is something for another video. But just let me know in the comments below what you think and give me any tips. See you guys.